Hello, my wild and beautiful creators. This week, Miss Nichols is gonna teach you how to create a creature like me out of your name. Welcome back, my wild and beautiful creators. Today we are going to practice using our name written in cursive, and then we are going to repeat that design backwards and use that shape to come up with a really wacky, crazy creature. So for this project, you are going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, and crayons. You can also add some color to this with marker, paint, or colored pencil. But the main things that you're going to need are paper, pencil, and crayon. Grab your supplies, let's get started. For this project, you want to start out with one piece of white paper. And you're going to take that paper and you're going to fold it in half the long way. So you're going to pick up one edge, bring it over, and make sure that the corners match up. And then I like to hold it in place with my other hand, and while I'm holding it still with this hand, take this other hand, push down, and smooth out that edge. So now your paper has been folded in half the long way. So that's your first step. All right. Your second step is going to be to get your pencil, and you're going to concentrate on this top section. So you have one piece of paper, but it's been divided in half. We're going to work on the top half. This is the space where you are going to write your name. You want to write your name in cursive because those letters are going to kind of flow together, whereas your regular handwriting would just kind of be broken up. When you write your name, you can either use your first name or your last name. For this project, I used my last name. So if you look at this blue, here is my N, and that's a capital N. Then I've got a lowercase I, C, H, O, L, S. My letters are going to be very different from yours because my name is different from yours. So when I write my name on this piece of paper, I want you to be writing your name instead. So even though mine is going to say Nichols, yours is going to say something different. Okay. So my first letter is going to be my capital N. I'm going to come around like this and down. I want to make sure that my name is lining up on this fold line. So here is my capital N. I made sure to fill as much of this space with my N as possible. I don't want a teeny tiny name, or you're going to end up with a teeny tiny creature. The next letter in my name is an I. Here comes up my I, back down to the fold line. C. For my H, I can go a little higher. O, L, S. Now the really cool thing about this project is that I did this project when I was in elementary school, and I really enjoyed it, and I love practicing my handwriting. So this is a great project for you to practice your cursive handwriting. Next, I'm going to take my crayon and I'm going to trace over all of these letters, and I want to make sure that I do a nice dark line. This is how we are going to take this word or name that we have drawn and transfer it over to the other side of our paper. So I'm getting a good thick amount. I'm going back over and forth several times. I want some thick, thick crayon on my paper. Going back and forth. Any little open areas like this you can just color in. And don't worry if it's not absolutely perfect. It's art. It's not supposed to be perfect. And also, we're learning, right? Maybe you've just started working on cursive writing. You're just learning. It takes practice. Okay, So I've got my name nice and darkly outlined with my crayon. Make sure when you outline it that you do use a dark color. Don't use like a yellow or a light color because it's not going to show up as well on the other side. So now I'm going to take my name, wipe off any extra pieces of crayon that I have, and I'm going to fold my paper over so that the crayon is on the inside of my paper. Now if you look closely, you can see through this paper and you can see the letters of my name. So if you're on this side, it's a little harder to see through. Flip it over. One side's going to be easier to see through than the other. Now you're going to want to take a pencil or a pen and you're going to trace over those lines that you can see through your paper. And what you're doing is you're pressing down on that crayon that you wrote when you traced your name over, and it's going to push that crayon over to the other side. I'm coming over this several times with my pencil. And I'm even going to rotate and move my paper. I'm really pressing down. I want to make sure I transfer that crayon onto my paper. There we go. You can almost even color on the back of it because this is the back of your paper. So it doesn't matter if this part's kind of sloppy. And there's my little dot. Right there. Here is my N. Okay, now you can see this is my name backwards. Isn't that cool? So when I open up my paper, ta-da, here is the outline from this blue that transferred over to this side of my paper. So I'm going to take that crayon and retrace over those lines to make sure they're nice and dark. And this is going to give me the shape that I'm going to use to create my super wacky, crazy creature. This is a project where you're really going to have to use your imagination because you can't really just do what I'm doing up here. It's not as much of a guided drawing, okay, because your name is going to look very different from my name. But how cool is that? That means your creature is going to look completely different from mine. I think the wackier and maybe more strange you make it, the more fun that's going to be, you know? Okay, so this is kind of my mirror image of my name. Now for my creature, I can either create a creature that's up this way, or I could create a creature that's standing this way. My first one that I did with my name was kind of a zoomed in face, and so I kind of turned this into a big mouth. This is a funny nose, some eyes. I added some eyelashes, a little hat, and some blue eyelids. So you could do a simple, well, not simple, but just a face. Or you could turn it into a whole body. So I think for this one, this time, maybe I'll do it as a whole body. Let's see. I think I kind of like it. I want to keep playing with it. I still think I like it this way because I like those eyes. So when you start creating your creature, start looking for different pieces. So for instance, in this one, the eyes jumped out at me. So I'm going to take my marker. If you only have crayons for this project, use crayons. If you only have pencils or just a pen, use those. You can still add designs and come up with a crazy creature, you know? I'm going to do those big eyelashes again. Okay. But maybe this time, I'm going to make this my creature's nose. My creature's funny little nose. And then this will be her smile. I'm gonna do some red lips. And maybe, what if I do this? What if I combine this whole piece right here? And now she has a great big mouth like this. Ooh! See, so you can kind of go crazy and do something totally unexpected. If at the end of this project no one even knows that this was your name, isn't that even cooler? What a neat little secret you would know about your art project. They would think you just drew some wacky creature, but really it's your name. It's like a hidden message. Here's my creature's teeth. I don't know why, but I love drawing teeth. I think it's so funny. Right. I think I want to even have my creature wear some braces. Oh, I'm loving her. We got a pink nose. I think I want to give her, I'm going to turn this into a wild looking hat. All right, now she's got eyes, a nose, a mouth, and some braces, and a crazy hat. I am loving how wacky this is. We'll give her some jewels in her crown, because she is super fancy. Now she's got her hat on. I want her to have some blue eyeshadow. Maybe this is an extension of her eyeshadow. She's a wild looking creature from another planet. She has great big eyebrow eyelashes. She's queen of the planet she comes from. That's why she's wearing this really cool crown. I don't know, just making it up as I go. And then this is gonna be her neck. Ooh, she's gonna be wearing, I'm gonna turn this into like a fancy necklace that she's wearing. Maybe it's got some jewels out to the side to connect to the dot in my eye. See guys, it does not have to be anything specific. I am literally making this up as I go and just having fun and just being creative, you know? You don't have to make it perfect. Maybe nobody sees this project but you, and that's okay too. This is another part of her necklace. Oh yeah, she's got a big fancy necklace on. And then these are going to be her wacky feet. She's going to have some wild looking feet. Her feet are going to curl around like this. She's got several toes. How did I do that? In here. toes. And of course, she has red painted toenails. Because what wild alien creation queen from another planet would not have painted toenails? I'm going to outline her foot. This is the wackiest thing I have ever created. I can say that with confidence. And now she's going to be wearing a dress. So here's the pleats. Kind of matches her teeth, doesn't it? And there she is. So this is my crazy creature. I added on a crown, and then I used the O in my name to create her eyes with the L. I added this wild mouth. She's got her braces on. She wants her teeth to look nice. And then she's got a crazy funky necklace on, a skirt, and her feet are sticking out from the bottom. I had a super time creating this project. I cannot wait to see what you come up with for your project as well. Have fun creating, guys. See you soon.